Looks like I got a package. This is heavy. Damn, that's heavy. All right, so after months and months of being not able to make videos because my computer, as a current computer, has pretty much given up on life, as it were. But after 13 years, I think it's entitled to rest. So I went ahead and I ordered another PC. Now, when I did this, I did the order. It took a couple of months to come up with the build that I wanted, as well as, you know, do I want to build it myself? Do I not want to build it? Do I want to pay the amount of money it takes to build it from somebody else, from a store? And I ultimately decided to go with having it built by the store that I ordered it from. I built many computers in my time. I honestly, at this point, I just didn't have the energy to go ahead and start building it again. And once I got all the selected parts for it, I didn't want to take the chance at making a mistake and breaking, you know, an expensive computer I bought. And on top of that, my cable management is just terrible. So anyway, so I ordered it a couple of weeks ago. Been waiting really impatiently, to be honest with you, and it's arrived. So now I'm going to grab the phone and open it up with you guys, and I'll talk about what's in the PC, and you know, see how it goes. All right, so here we are. So first off, I decided to go with the Lian Li Cool 3 case because it's very, very cool the way it's modular, and the doors on the side to open up, and the bottom panels flip down, and it's all mesh, and it's got RGB fans in the front. The only reason I got RGB fans in the front is because I couldn't get them without the RGB. It came with it. So let's pop her open, shall we? Oh yes, and a note to you unboxing people. One of the things that drives me crazy is that people don't have sharp enough knives to open their boxes, or they use scissors, or they struggle with opening. So let's hope I have better luck with this. Okay, so it looks like it's got a bunch of documentation and extra parts in here that came with the system. Here is the vendor, or the store, that I purchased it from. Stores in Toronto. Really reliable guys. It took me a while to decide to purchase it from them. The nice thing is they've come with a checklist of items that they've done, which is really nice. So yeah, and they were pretty cool through the whole process of purchasing the PC. So I'll read that later. Nice little note from them, which is good. This looks like a quick start guide. So I ordered it with Windows 11 Pro in it because I do connect other computers in my apartment. So just a warranty troubleshooting step guide. Hopefully it fires up no problem. But yeah, I will read this later. This is the sticker set, it looks like, from my motherboard. I've got an AM5. I went completely AMD in this build. Sorry, my camera skills are terrible. I went with a complete AMD build in this. So I have an AMD processor and AMD GPU. So I guess these are stickers. Not sure what they're for. I would never put them on. I guess that's what it is, or yep, they're stickers. So not happening. Not on my system. Okay, what do we have here? Thermal tape. Oh, so that's the wireless antenna for the motherboard, and it's the power supply. So let me just put these over here along with the knife. I don't need that. And then the nice little bag case that came with it. Pretty nice. Okay, so looking down, I don't see any other, oh, actually, this is the extra parts and screws that came with the case. I'm telling you, these Lian Li, are really cool cases. I did a lot of research on these things. So yeah, I'll take a look at that later. Let's see what's in there. There might be some cool stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put the phone over on the other side, and then I'm gonna pull it out of the box. Alrighty, so let's see if we can get her out of here without breaking my back or breaking it. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit difficult. Let me just swing my chair over here. Okay. Yeah. Nope. Not a good sign when you're alone. The actual shipping package said it was 25 pounds. I disagree. It's a lot more. Okay, now let's get this sorted here. It may not look like it, but I'm really excited about this. Okay, talk about losing motor skills. All right, so this case is a pretty cool case. The way to open the doors is to physically push on here and the door swings open, smoke glass. Now the cool thing about it is you can just lift the glass off the case. And it's like that on both sides. So, let's go see what we got here. All right, I'm gonna switch the camera around and get you a little closer. Okay, here we are. Now, I'm going to be obviously careful with this so I don't do anything to the graphics card or the cooler, the CPU cooler. Whoops. All right, here we go. Excellent. Okay, now here's the case, the power supply underneath, which is really cool. It's a nice little, let me see if I can get a light on here. There we go. Whoop, sorry about that. Okay, so you can see the power supply. It's 1050 watts. I wanted to make sure I got a bit of overhead on the power supply when I got the system. This video card, Sapphire Radeon 7900 XTX. There's 24 gigabytes of VRAM on this card. Currently the card I have now has 2 gigabytes of VRAM. So obviously from a gaming perspective and video editing perspective, this would be a lot more helpful. This is a Deepcool AK620 CPU cooler. I decided to go with air instead of liquid cooling. just because the thought of having any liquid inside of this case, if it goes bad at any time, would really not be a good thing. Okay, inside here, underneath that CPU cooler, there's 2 sticks of RAM there. I'm not sure if you can see them or if my flashlight's too bad. That's 2 sticks of 32 gigabyte Kingston Fury RAM, DDR5 5200 megahertz speed, so 64 gigabytes of RAM. My current system has 8 gigabytes of RAM, so you can imagine this is a big upgrade. The CPU inside, underneath the cooler, is an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D CPU. So there's a lot of power under the hood here. The fans are RGB in the front. I've got an exhaust fan. I'm thinking what I might do in the future is upgrade fans up here for exhaust. That's why I got a bit of the overhead on the CPU. So let's go over to the other side. Ooh. Okay. Fun factor about this case, you could literally swap this around and put it on the bottom, and then put the Lanley label up here if you do. This is going to be on the floor, so I'm going to leave the actual case configuration the way it is. These are your RGB controls, so color and mode, headphone jack and microphone, reset button, power button, 2 USB 3 places to plug in USB, and USB-C cable plug in. All right, now on this side, which is pretty cool, again, you flip the door opens up. All the cable management is behind these 2 panels. And this is a prime example why I didn't want to build it, because these guys did a bang up job with all the cable management. It's nice and clean. These are 2 slots for SATA SSDs. And then down here, you've got all the wiring that goes with the power supply. That's nicely hidden. These are other mounts for SSDs if you want them. If you don't want them, you could take this off and it'll open up the air in the bottom, the mesh design. So really impressed with this. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not showing, I didn't want to talk about pricing or anything for this because I'm not here to flex and say, oh, look at me, I spent this much money. It was way outside my comfort zone in terms of what I wanted to spend. But since I'm able to make my systems last at least a decade, I thought this would be a good time to, do a significant upgrade. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to take the time now to get it connected to my monitors and all the other hardware peripherals I have. I'll be upgrading or installing drivers, software, OBS, DaVinci Resolve, Steam for my games, and then I'm just going to go ahead and check out to make sure all the specs are the way they are on the computer. I'm not going to bother testing it in terms of benchmarking it. The guys over at Quoted Tech put it through a stress test. They've had it for a week before they sent it out. So as far as I'm concerned, if all the stats line up in terms of RAM and all that sort of thing, then I'm happy with the way it is. I'm not overclocking it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to have a nice system to do what I need and then enjoy the fact that it's upgraded tech. So once it's lit up, I'll show you guys what it looks like with the RGB. Okay? Okay, so here I am the next morning. PC wouldn't post yesterday. I spent a good time with the store troubleshooting it. Everything down to trying to clear the CMOS by taking the battery out of the motherboard. No luck. So I'm in for a 2-hour road trip to get to the store to get them to take a look at it. Find out more once I get back. Well, here I am at the store. Apparently Google Maps got the time calculation wrong. It didn't take me 2 hours. my appointment with the guy who's going to help me up from the store, because they're not open today, so he's coming in. He's not going to be here till 1 o'clock. It's now 11:14. So it looks like I got some time to kill, which is okay because I've got music and I've got coffee. So once I get out of the store, I'll let you know how things went. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I'm sitting in front of my PC now that is working. Apologies for not adding a video when I left the store yesterday, but frankly, I was just exhausted. The drive home as well was actually a couple hours because of traffic during the day. I am happy to report that it's up and running. As you can see, I'm doing some video editing in the background. The guys at Quota Tech were really good. The tech that came in, it took them about an hour and a half to fix it. Turns out there was shipping damage from, or shipping damage to the CPU cooler being jolted and knocked the CPU out of whack a bit. So the end result was that the actual two heat sinks on the CPU were leaning. So he replaced the CPU cooler. Sorry, the two heat sinks on the CPU cooler were leaning. So he put a new CPU cooler in. He went through the entire system to test every component as we were adding them. Really great tech. His name was Michael. And as I said, they're from Quota Tech. Funny thing was that when we were there, the owner of the company called just to make sure that he was there and he was helping me out, which was really cool, I thought. Nice touch. Yeah, but it's up and running, and man, it's fast. Compared to what I had, it is fast. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get this edited up and then uploaded to the channel today, and then start working on next week's videos, and hopefully I get something out there. I want to do my next video planned before all this happened was to do a new guitar player type video. So I'm going to work on that. This week I got to try and get my cameras and everything all set up. You can see I've got my DSL and everything. Excuse the mess. My wiring is just terrible. So yeah, so I get that up, and hopefully I can get that taped this week and edited and uploaded next week. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this little journey with me. I didn't have a good time for the most part, but the end result is I got great customer service from Quota Tech, and my stuff is up and running, and I couldn't be happier with the purchase. All right, guys, so talk to you again. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who stuck around and didn't unsubscribe during my time off, I really appreciate it, and I apologize for being away so long, and hopefully that won't happen again. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.